Hello there, my name's Jordan Freedman. I'm an enterprise AE here at Outreach. Before I was an AE here at Outreach, I actually led and scaled a business development sales team where we had used Outreach and we were really successful with the tool there. And that is what drew me to Outreach. And today what we're going to be walking through is what do I do on a daily basis. Outreach has a lot of different components to it, all in an effort to help an AE and a sales leader be more productive with their day. And so we're going to walk through a couple different pieces of the Outreach platform that I am using on a consistent basis every single day. And the first place that we're coming to is the Outreach accounts page. Now, one of the most difficult things for a seller to do is to prioritize the right accounts, get insight into those accounts, and then ultimately prospect into those businesses in an effective manner with the correct research and value proposition. And so right now what we're looking at is the Outreach account page. On the left side of my page, you can see that I have a menu here and I'm inside of my accounts page. Now, whenever you're using Outreach, everything that we're doing and everything that you're seeing on these pages is completely synced up with CRM. So whether or not I'm updating something in Outreach or in my inbox or on my calendar, that's all pushing back to CRM. And anything I do in CRM is also pushing over to Outreach. And so this account list is a target account list that I'm looking at. And you can see here that I have really two different ways to make this account list beneficial for me. The first way is that I can use this page to add different filters on my account list. So whether or not that's something like when's the last time that we contacted this business, I can filter for a specific industry, a revenue number, really any field from CRM at the account level that I want to drill an account list down by, I'm able to do that. Additionally, some other strategies you can think about are closed lost opportunities. That's a big play for new reps, old reps, reps that have only been there for a little bit. And so we can filter this page down to closed opportunities. And I'm able to filter this to say these closed opportunities are greater than or equal to, let's just say 2. And now when I hit done, now you can see originally we had 19 accounts. Now I only have 14 accounts. So now I'm dwindling down this account list to be even more specific. Additionally, I can also not only filter this page, but I can also visualize different pieces of information. So out of the box, I have my account plan, which we'll go through in a second, and I can see who's updated it, who we have filled out on the relationship map. I can see how many people we're reaching out to, so how many sequences do we have active at this account. And then I'm also able to see a 3-month rolling chart of activity, and I can even view the details of that activity with a click of a button to see exactly what has the engagement been on this particular account. Now, as I move over, I can also see things like when is the last meeting that I had, when's the upcoming meeting, what tasks do I have due on this account, what open or closed opportunities do I have on this account, a link back to the CRM, as well as when I had last contacted this account. Now, let's just say that I wanted to pull in an industry field so that I can see, well, what industry are these different companies in? I can easily manage the columns on my screen. I can pull in the industry field from CRM. I can add that to my screen, move it around like apps on an iPhone, and I can apply that to the screen. And now you can see here that I have the industry field here. This is all in an effort to make sure that reps are able to prioritize the right accounts. Now, from a leadership perspective, our leadership team is using these account pages to look at our current customers, drill down on them from highest revenue to lowest revenue, and then make sure that reps have the proper activity on those specific accounts. So whether or not you're a CRO or you're a BDR, AE, enterprise seller, these pages come in very handy and they're much, much differentiated from something like a CRM. So we're really thinking about CRM as a system of record, Outreach as that system of action. Now, once I know who I want to prospect into, I can quickly save this view. Come in here, I'm able to save this view and label this my closed lost accounts. Closed lost accounts. I can save this view, and now I have this view to prospect into. But let's just say that I was going to dive into a specific account. Apple, for example. I can either click on Apple here to get a quick snapshot of what I need to do, whether or not that's an overview, the account plan that I have, any activity or the prospects associated with that particular account. I'm also able to come into Apple and say, hey, Outreach, tell me what's been previously discussed on this account. What challenges did you hear in any of the KAIA conversations that we've had in these close lost opportunities? So that I know going in, okay, what should my email or my personalized communication say for this particular account? Now, if I wanted to enter into the full UI, I can click on Apple, and now I'm brought to the Smart Account Plan. So the first thing for me, to quickly recap, is getting that prioritized account list and understanding what's been happening with that account. Second thing is now I'm more future looking. So how can I get up to speed, but also find the right information to then prospect into this account? Outreach has something called a research agent, where we are giving you overviews from sources that we find on the internet, saying things like, hey, based on this 10K report, this is the executive summary that we saw. This is the financial health of the business, the strategic initiatives, and I can use all of this information as well as other information within this Smart Account Plan, maybe things that I've documented, that other reps have documented, to then make a personalized outreach. Now, all of these boxes, we call them intelligence tiles. They are completely customizable. So you can have specific intelligence tiles and account plans for one team within the business, but a completely separate set of tiles for a different team within the business. Now, we're promoting the culture of transparency here at Outreach. So while I am getting up to speed on this account and understanding what I can reach out to a particular prospect about, I'm also able to use this top bar to get even more insight into what's happening within this business. So that could be previous opportunities, previous emails, calls, meetings, KAIA recordings. Everything is here so that I can do the best job that I can when I'm thinking about prospecting. I can even come in to the KAIA recordings, quickly click on the assist capability, and ask KAIA any question, just like we can do at the account level. Now, once I understand exactly what I need, whether or not it's the research agent, previous KAIA calls, other information that other reps might have done before me, all I have to do is come to the Prospects tab, find the prospects that I want to reach out to by selecting them, and then add them to a sequence. Now, in most businesses, there's a team that creates content for you. And when you have a team that creates content for you, or the sales team has input into that content, it's very easy to create different folders within Outreach to find the right content. AE outbound, I find that. I'm going to do my, let's just say, leadership persona sequence. I can check out what that looks like. I select the sequence, and I move on with my day. Once I'm done adding folks to sequence, I can come to the Outreach 360 view. This is where I execute all of my tasks. As I scroll down on this page, you can see here that I have all of my tasks queued up. All I have to do to execute tasks is grab a call, and let's just say I wanted to grab this email. I hit play, and now Outreach takes me to my task execution screen. Outreach has a built-in dialer. We have built-in calendar functionality. So when I'm dialing and I get somebody on the phone and we book a meeting, I'm pulling up my calendar right here, and I'm making sure that I'm using a meeting type, populating the information that I need, scheduling the meeting, and then coming right back to my task flow and moving on with my day. Now, after I'm doing some prospecting, typically then I need to prepare for a meeting. So when I go into prepare for a meeting, I'm always looking at, well, what was the previous meeting that I had? So now I'm going to jump back to my accounts page. Let's just say that I was prepping for a meeting with AKG Healthcare Group. When I prep for a meeting with AKG Healthcare Group, I can quickly go to the KAIA recordings. And when I'm inside of the KAIA recordings, I can see that this was my previous discovery call. I can click on the discovery call, and now Outreach takes me to the back end of my KAIA recording. Outreach is automatically going to give me an outcome of what happened on the call, and it's also going to break up all the key points of that call. And I can even expand these to see the exact key points and the exact moment of the call where they were mentioned. So it makes prepping for the call very, very easy. If I wanted KAIA to do some of the prep for me, I can even ask KAIA anything, dictate, and say, hey, how would I prep best for the next conversation with this particular prospect? Now that's prepping for a future call. However, if I just got off this call, as an AE, I always want to share what had happened. So I can share this call with my prospect. I can create a new link. Little insider tip is to include the meeting summary so that if they share this around, other people can quickly get up to speed without watching the whole call. But what we can also do is we can verify who's actually watching the call and then notify the sales rep when someone actually watched the call, giving you a sense of, is this business actually engaged with this deal cycle? Do they actually want to engage in watching these conversations? And do we have the buy-in that we need? Now, after I go about sharing this call, prepping for my next conversation, typically what I do is I'm then going to update any of my opportunities. So within Outreach, this is our opportunity grid. Again, everything syncs up with CRM. So now what we have here is we have all of my different opportunities. We have all of the different deal stages up top that are synced over from Salesforce. And as a rep, all I want to do is just quickly update my opportunities. With KAIA, we're actually using KAIA to potentially populate different methodologies that you might have within your business. So if we're using MedPick, all I have to do is click on the opportunity. I can see the health score, but as I move over to the methodology section, you can see here that we have different fields that I can either populate manually or we can use the suggested response from KAIA. So I'm able to quickly say, all right, KAIA detected this, let's copy this, let's paste it right into the economic buyer section, and then I'm done updating my opportunities. I can do it that way. I can also do it manually by updating my close date. I can populate my next steps. I can populate my stage. It's all inline editable so that a rep has a very easy way of updating their opportunities and then moving on to the next task that they need to do. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to slow down the time that it takes for all of the admin work and help you focus on what actually matters, which is engaging with prospects, booking meetings, running a good deal cycle, and making sure that we're giving leadership the insight they need, whether or not that's KAIA or the opportunity management section, so that they can help coach you through these deal cycles and you can win as much business as possible. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to me. This is some awesome stuff that we use on a daily basis. Of course, we eat our own dog food here at Outreach, and I hope you enjoyed.